I'm a community captain for something that's called the Toronto Miracle. You may have seen it on social media and on uh, the news and such, that this is a community, a neighborhood-driven food drive all across Toronto. There's 140 different representatives for 140 different community neighborhoods that we have across the city. So today I have been working with a local business who is allowing us to use their drive-through parking lot in front of their building to act as a drop-off hub, or a hub for us because and I've just finished making maps for all my volunteers to be able to go through different neighborhoods. So if you're interested, if you just go to torontomiracle.org, you can sign up if you have a food donation. And if not, there's going to be tons of volunteers driving around the streets and picking up from front doors. They're asking, we're going to be playing music while we're doing the pickups, or I don't know, because, I'm the team captain and, sometimes that can be fun. And I'm using that in an interesting way. So thank you for your patience. And I don't even have a place to put my Instagram, so I have to actually hold this while I'm doing this. So let me go literally right over here to where my cards are. And I do have okay, it's okay. I got this. Oh, this is fun. So, and I did want to mention, so again, that's coming up on this Saturday, and it's called the Toronto Miracle. And we're all a little overwhelmed and got stuff going on, and I know myself, this full moon that we're just passing, I felt like a big, huge push. Whew! Like waiting to exhale, and finally exhaled. And it's been a long time coming. So I am interested to see what we got in the cards today, because it starts with the Badger spirit. So let's look at him. Be fearless. What is it? Be fearless and bold, right? So, and the thing is that we think that some of these guys, they're like rodents, right? Or little irritants, because they dig up our gardens and stuff. But really the tenacity, for instance, I can remember when the Blue Jays were called the Blue Jays, and people were like, well, why would you call the Blue Jays? It's just a bird. And it's like, the blue jay mimics a whole bunch of other birds and is super, super aggressive. So it's like, we think that they're animals, and that because of that they may be passive, or maybe not give them certain aspects of a positive mindset, so to speak, right? So let's look at what the Badger has to say. And the Badger says, Badger spirit rejoices at your persistence and commitment to what is true for you. Oh my God. Whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith in your partnership with spirit is paying off, and the results will soon coalesce into form in your world. The gift of Badger spirit is surety that taking a risk now and being courageous, fearless, and bold will yield wondrous results. This is a time to harness your will and apply it consistently in the pursuit of your dreams. Know that no matter the temporary outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that spirit deems best for you. Oh, isn't that like something that's wonderful there, right? Know that no matter what the temporary outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that spirit deems best for you. Badger spirit says you have what it takes to get what you want. So assert yourself, be fearless and be bold, shining your light as your purpose calls you into this world. New relationships are also given the green light now. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Badger spirit loves your brave, and mighty heart. So that's the oracle message. So, and seriously, I have to say, like, anything energetically right now is, we have the transfer. If you're getting right into the woo-woo stuff, the more open your heart is to love, the easier this transition is going to be, right? Because there has to be chaos. Out of chaos comes, we have to go through the stuff where we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening. We don't know how things are going to work out. And the thing is that all the cards up until now have also been leading towards this. So I'm interested to see what the cards come up with, because a lot of people went to 2. There was only like 2 of you that had multiple cards. And, I know, I get more excited about this stuff, right? So nothing passive here, but I find this rather interesting, right? So I know that we're all hitting like not even an overwhelm. It's almost like a fatigue, right? So like if you're feeling like some of your social media is just not stuff that is serving you well, it's not uplifting you, it's not making you feel better, turn it off, right? That even means me. No, I'm just kidding. And that's really important now for our mental health, for our emotional well-being. I know that Aisha and myself, I don't know, I'd like to invite you guys to watch us on Sunday nights. We do Just Talking on my other page, which is Gwenda Lambert Life Starts Now. And recently we were talking about self-care, all the different kinds of self-care, right? And one of them is being like this week, it was about, we just did silly stuff because emotionally it's just been overwhelming. And it's been, one of the challenges that I find is like, the reason I'm doing this food drive, the reason I'm doing this is that I post pictures of businesses or I talk about places, and all along it's like, oh, look, I'm buying from this restaurant, is because that's how we're going to help people, right? Is I know we're frustrated. All of us, none of us know what's going on. I can't even imagine what it's like to be, parents in a house full of kids right now. I can't even imagine. But if you ever need to talk, you ever need to do anything, you know where I am right now. But that's why this Badger spirit is like, my focus, I want to help people love themselves from the ground up. And I'm excited to say that there's going to be stuff that's coming that way, this way. But I had to wait and wade through and wait for things to shift. So the greatest challenge we have too is that when you feel something's going on, you have to be able to have the patience to sit with it until it shows you where it wants to go. And the great thing with the Badger spirit this week is it seems like stuff will be coming. And oh my God. So we'll get into, stuff will be coming. Card number one is the Page of Water. So the page is like an ace of water, but it's more of a personality level, right? So it's not like going through a process or going through, working through a project or anything. But the Page of Water is like the beginning of an emotional connection, right? It could be a connection with yourself. It's most likely, the Badger already talked about how now is the time for new relationships. And the Page of Water, again, a new person enters your life, a relationship begins, a new phase, heightened psychic abilities. Now, let's focus on that, because even though the Badger didn't say anything about this, but it said, be bold, be fearless and bold. So if you've been feeling, and this is the funny stuff when it comes to any kind of healing work or what people deem as healing, if you're getting a message to write that book or to do that connection or start doing Facebook Lives or whatever, do it. This is the time to do it. And everything is practice. As you see right now, this is not necessarily my best look, but the other part is I don't also want you to think that I'm ever that polished, perfect, everything's great. Like, I'd rather communicate with you. I'd rather inspire people to take action that's in their best interests. And that's really what this week is about, right? So the Page of Water is like an Ace of Water. So it's the beginning of relationship. It's beginning of a deepening of your connection. It's the psychic abilities that I really want you to keep, because I think we did have two of them that were an ace, a 1 and a 2. And yes, Miss Wendy and Karen, I wouldn't doubt this either. So 1 is the Page of Water. So again, I'm going to wait until I go to the other cards, because this is why, especially for you, Karen, this is really kind of funny. So card number 2, lots of card number 2s. And we got the Hermit here. Look at the Hermit. He's gorgeous. So the thing with the Hermit, this is Archangel Raziel. So according to Sonia Chocat, and she does a lot of connection with the angels, right? So when you want to communicate with your archangels or with any of the angels, you sing to them. You do it in a sing song. So this would be Raziel, Michael. So whoever you're speaking to, or whatever angel you want to call upon, sing them a song. A song is blessing. That's why, in a lot of religious or spiritual things, there's Om, there's when we do ritual. So it's always about humming, which is energy, which is connection to the sound. So now the great thing with the Hermit is spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. The Hermit is really, and we're coming into this time of an unusual Christmas, an unusual holiday season. We've just had a full moon. We're waiting for the solstice. This solstice, I want you to, between now and then, even we've just had a full moon. If you have stuff that you want to release, write it down and burn that sucker tonight. Burn it in ritual. Burn it in I'm saying glory. You know what I mean? Anything that we're releasing, we've done work on, right? We've actually done the work. So now I feel like the Hermit, especially with the Badger as an overarching card, I feel like the Hermit right now, this isn't about, okay, who am I kind of stuff. This is more with the Be Fearless of the Badger. This is more of you saying, okay, what's my strategy? How am I going to move forward? How am I going to show up in the world? How am I going to follow my instincts and follow my intuition, right? And so that's really the key, right? Right now is how. It's not even how, because Mike Dooley, who does Mike Dooley is another one of these, a spiritual guy. He calls it the deadly how. It's not up to us to figure out all the steps. It's up to us to follow that intuitive tap, that intuitive connection that's sending us a message. It's up to us to know ourselves well enough to know it's like, I need to pay attention to that. I have an inkling. I've been thinking about this for ages. Well, now's the time to take action, whatever that action is. It doesn't have to be climbing Mount Kilimanjaro or doing a marathon. It just means, yeah, you know what? I need to start walking. I need to start moving. I need to whatever, right? So if you feel that, do it. And this is why this is really like a powerful reading, because card number 3, and this is especially for you, my dearest Karen, is the moon. This is the moon is card number 3. This is unusual. I normally don't have to hold my phone through the whole reading for my Instagram. So the moon is Archangel Haniel, and the moon is always about our unconscious, our subconscious, whatever you want to call it. But this is really parts of us where we start having dreams, we start having visions, we start hearing things. And by that I mean a clairaudient, a clairsentient, like if you get an intuitive hit, maybe there's some of you out there that doesn't know how your body communicates that to you, and that's fine. Again, that can be learned, or it's not even learned. It's like there's nobody that picked 2 and 3. There was somebody that picked 2, but that's where the Hermit comes in. The Hermit is more about taking time with yourself so you can actually do that mind dump, do that heart dump. And with the moon being card number 3, with this Badger spirit, the moon is all about you are being sent messages, you are being sent intuition. Again, the moon is all about release fears that hold you back. That's exactly what's going on with the full moon. Release whatever's been holding you back. But the moon is also, important psychic insights. Incense. That's funny. Events behind the scenes. So, because sometimes the moon, this is the whole thing, is that we never really know what's going on. We are, somebody just posted today, and I can't remember who it was, my darling Janet. She posted this: we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are, right? And what the universe literally is asking us to do at this point is to remove any blocks between us and love, between us and unconditionally loving ourselves, between us and choosing to use the power of our mind, right? So our mind is going on when we're sleeping. It's the way we talk to ourselves. It's the program that we're setting. And so I had a real epiphany this last week, because now I'm not even hardly going on social media. I'm still there, but that was my black hole. I would go into it and get into the videos and scroll through people, and it's like, and then this thing happened where it's like, I don't want to feed my mind this anymore. I need to be joyful. I need to, because that's who I am. So this is the time where we're all being called upon to be who we are, at the heart of who we are, right? And so anybody that got 3, there wasn't very many people that just chose 3. There were quite a few. There was definitely less 1s today. And I think that's really powerful, because the other 2 cards are both major arcana, which is a life event. It is a life, not a life lesson, but a life altering situation. Like with the Hermit, it's like, okay, it's time for me this is almost like a strategy. And this time of year, actually, because I love the solstice, the winter solstice is my favorite ritual of the year period, because it's a time when you really go, okay, where have I been? And how can I honor that and then release it, right? Lovingly release it, right? Lighten yourself up. And then more importantly, what seeds do I want to plant for tomorrow? Because with the deadly hows, as Mike Dooley would call them, it's not up to me to set plans for every single moment of my day. It's up to me to set the intention and keep focused on that intention, right? And so that's what the world's being called upon. That's what we're all being called upon to do. So badger it, baby. Badger. Be fearless. Be fearless. Post it all over your place. Get your kids involved. Get your spouse involved. When was the last time you did let's sit down and look at our life? What really matters? How has this whole year affected you in a way that is hopefully helping you go deeper and hopefully helping you go to a more loving place, not just in words, in actions, towards yourself and towards others. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for this schleppy look. I love you all dearly. And again, so look for that Toronto Miracle. That's this Saturday, and I'll be posting some stuff on my sites. And I love you all. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye.